Hello and welcome back to Vault Hunters! We're back at it again with something a little bit different and new this time. Well, I mean, kind of. So, over here at MechCreate Island, I've been hard at work at, improving everything. So, we have our standard reactors. You saw us start this thing up on live stream a good while back, and we now have basically unlimited power. I've mentioned this one before. This is our mechanism fusion reactor. This thing is absolutely crazy, making 400 kilo FE per tick, which is awesome. We have our massive induction matrix battery over here, steam turbine, nuclear reactor. But there's one more thing that I thought we needed to basically complete out mechanism and have access to nearly everything that we want. And that piece being this. This is the supercritical phase shifter. Now, I didn't go through a whole lot of how I built it and kind of stuff like that because I did all of that last season. This is the same thing as we did last season, except this time it's, I didn't feel the need to just explain absolutely everything because if you want to see how this was all made, you can go back to last season's video of where we beat mechanism and you can check it out there. So this thing makes us what's called antimatter, and it doesn't do it very fast, sadly. That is the one disadvantage to this, is it does not do it very quickly. But down here, all I need to put back into here is our quantum entangloporter, and let me go grab that real quick. And so what we're doing is we are feeding something called polonium and a whole bunch of power into this thing to create antimatter. Now you see it's not working right now because we don't have any polonium. The only way we get polonium is if we run our nuclear reactor. This one here, the fission reactor. And so what I've basically done is this guy is hooked directly to the induction matrix for power, so we have a continuous source of power. This one is now hooked, normally like it would to this, but the output of this one is connected directly to a massive well, not massive, but it's a resistive heater. Oh, my graphics are a little messed up. Okay. Okay, reloaded the chunks there, it's fine. It's hooked to a resistive heater, which basically just dumps all of the power to nothingness. Just gets rid of it. Because I don't want to actually use that power because this system is super sensitive to if the power is being used or if it isn't. So I have to use the power somehow out of that. So yeah, this is just being dumped to nothing, which is just fine. Over here we have our nuclear waste going into a solar neutron activator, which then turns that nuclear waste into polonium, which flows through this tube here and up to that supercritical phase shifter. So we can demo this by activating our nuclear reactor. So now our nuclear reactor is activated. You'll see this now turned green because we now have polonium flowing through it. And if we go back up top, we can see it is working. Now this is using a ridiculous amount of power. It is actually using every bit of power we are producing from this guy right there, and we're making antimatter, and it is pretty slow. You'll see there, it is pretty slow. Now we need, I think, 1,000 millibuckets for one piece of antimatter, one chunk of antimatter. So this thing basically needs to run a lot, which is, time consuming, but that's how that goes. I can speed this up if I increase the production rate of the nuclear reactor there. We are not limited necessarily on power because we have a ton. We're inputting right now 1.63 million FE a tick. I have plenty of power in the battery for that. But the issue is the rate of polonium. So we basically need to create a whole bunch of polonium to make this work. And so this just is gonna have to run. It's gonna have to sit in the background and just run away until we get enough antimatter. And the reason we want the antimatter is to make something called the antiprotonic nucleosynthesizer. And this here is the antiprotonic nuclear synthesizer. It needs, 2 antimatter pellets. That's the problem there. The rest of the stuff, we can get pretty easily. But the cool part about this is this can actually change a bunch of items. And again, just like last season, we can put in gray wool and get out blocks of quartz. We can put in nether stars, which we have a ton of, and we can get heart of the sea. All kinds of different things that are very useful, one of which being the redstone one. You put in red wool and you'll get blocks of redstone. So this is a very neat piece to have to change items in the game. So we can have easy access to glowstone, to tridents, to phantom membranes, all that kind of stuff that we may need for the vaulter. We can definitely do it right here. So other than that, MechCreate Island has just been running. We have been keeping up with everything, making items. We are going to start producing very soon an actual shop to have on here that you can take your train to, hop off, and then be able to actually buy items that we can produce here. We're producing all kinds of stuff here. Everything from, sugarcane, cactus, all kinds of different things. We can sell gravel, sand, clay, flint, obviously cobblestone, all kinds of different stuff we are able to produce here in mass, and we want to have a lot of this stuff available to everyone else on the server. And of course, we're going to set something up so that people can put items into a chest to put it into the ore pentupler. Now, this is not pentupling right here, but it will be whenever we eventually design that system. This is just 4 times our ores right here. But we want to have this stuff available to everyone to be able to just enjoy and not have to try to double their own ores and things like that. We want to just have it so they can put their ores into a chest, and next thing they know, they have 4 times the amount of ores. So back over here at spawn, there has been all kinds of really cool things happening. There is this. There is a chromatic iron beacon back there. We're going to go visit. All kinds of things. There's a bank being built over there. This is just absolutely crazy. All kinds of really cool stuff. So let's first check out this chromatic iron beacon, because if I'm not mistaken, this is actually selling stuff. Yeah. So this here is selling prismarine shards, nether stars. Oh, there's our nether stars like we need. And of course, prismarine crystals. So if we want to make sea lanterns, we now have that ability. Somebody's already been buying this stuff. And this is also seen in the vaulter. So that actually works out pretty well. This is cool. This is really neat. Because I don't think you can actually make a beacon out of chromatic iron. But the fact that there's a... Oh, this is so cool. There's a sea lantern on top as like the beacon, so I think it's cool. Yeah, obviously this is just a frame block, and there must be a real beacon underneath. But yeah, frame blocks allow beacon beams to pass through. We've used those more than a few times, and so that looks really cool. That's also kind of neat to see in the background. Nice big windmill. So the next thing is this jester hat. Now this is something I definitely want to do because I heard about it in our Discord. So this here is Fuzzy Fools. In the spirit of April Fool's Day, on April 1st, I invite you to join a server-wide event, the Great Episode Swap. Simply decapitate yourself. If you need help, ask a friend. Place it in the barrel, and a few days before April 1st, come back to the Jester Hat and randomly select a head. The head will be the person you episode swap with. You must act, talk, do like that person for at least your intro. Of course, we're going to go out and do the whole thing. Also, feel free to prank your April Fool's swap. Very cool. So I actually have a head of mine in this pouch right here that Styrkat decapitated from me. And let's pop this in there. So looks like we have quite a few participants already. And this just went up, I think, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, no worries on not seeing everybody quite yet because it's only been up for a few hours. So caught it pretty early. So let's head over to the gaming district where we're going to meet up with Rob, and I want to show a little bit about what we've got going on there because this is super exciting. All right, so here we are at the gaming district, and I think there's a Rob down here. Whoa.
Hello.
Do you need any more sea lanterns? I think you're running low.
I do actually need more sea lanterns. That is something I do need.
Goodness, this is so well lit. I love it.
Hey man, I've been hard at work.
I can see that. Nice.
Yeah, we're trying to put in all these different layers for the various mini games, basically.
How many layers are we gonna have?
I think there's gonna be 6.
Yeah. So what's the purpose here, Rob? To talk to me about this this idea you had. If you're willing to divulge any information to the viewers.
Of course I am. No, of course I am. We're definitely at the stage where we can start sharing stuff. Basically, myself and you actually, quite a few seasons ago, back in season 1 of Code MC, which, became Olympus Craft.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, we made a maxi game or mini game, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Called the Labyrinth. You remember this?
Yeah.
You know all this stuff.
And I'll link the video to that down in the description. So if you all want to watch that, what we initially made years ago.
Yeah. And the deal was that like every player that wanted to join in got a level to build in this kind of mini game, and it is that all the different games are then linked together. So you go from one level to next level to next level to next level, and you will only know one part of the whole game because that's the one that you've designed.
Yeah,
and you have no idea what the other people have done. So that should be planned. So the idea is that we get this particular game is going to have 6 levels. Each of us is going to design one. And then, once it's done, we get to play it and try it out and see what other people have been working on.
This is super exciting. So is there going to be, do you have like a theme or something you want to go with? Or what are you thinking? Like, is this going to be like an escape room? Is this going to be like just a challenge level or a death machine or a puzzle or anything like that?
It's entirely up to you and your viewers, like whatever you guys want to do. Like, there's no kind of regulations. The only thing is it has to have a beginning and an end, and it has to be resettable. That's the only thing. So you have to be able to reset it once you finish the level without having to get you to actually do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And those are the only 2 conditions. Everything else, it's entirely up to you how you do it. We've got plenty of time to do this. It's not like something you have to do in like a week. You've got, like I'm thinking like a few months even of work. So like, think big and impressive.
Definitely.
Yeah. Talking about Redstone, actually, that's a good segue there. I got something else I wanted to show you. I've got a business proposition for you.
Well, I like businesses, so let's go propose some business.
Was that you day drinking, by the way?
It was just a little nip here. You know, it's a little afternoon pick me up, right? just go.
Okay. Come to spawn.
Okay.
Yeah. I should probably sleep before we do this.
Yeah, maybe a good idea.
Okay.
Much better. I like it.
Do you know what he needs? He needs a soul patch.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed. See, I can get this once I fly to the right spot. Here we go. Let's yeah, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, just the
one. I am opening a bank.
Okay, I saw this over here a while ago. Let's see here.
So this is the bank, right? So it's got a nice interior, but it doesn't really work as a bank for now.
Okay.
But I've been working on some redstone to get it functioning as an actual bank.
Okay.
And I'm trying to design an ATM basically in redstone. And I think I've got like a good idea for it. I'll show you in a second. But I was hoping that maybe you'd want to join me in this venture and we could get rich together.
Of course.
But also, you know, hopefully share some of the redstone making because it's hurting my brain.
Yes, I understand that. No, I would love to. It's always a good project whenever we can do things like that. But I mean, I don't see any reason why we can't just absolutely make this an absolute get-rich machine. You know, not like banks collapse or anything, you know, every day in 2022. But this is something with that the server needs. We need a way for everyone to be able to get a hold of gold, because when someone dies, what do they need? They need a loan of vault gold to get their stuff back.
Exactly, and people are desperate, and desperate people are willing to give us money.
Easily scammed. I mean, just needing of funds.
Potential clients.
Potential clients. 100%. Yes, we need an ATM. They put their note in, and they get gold back out, and then we just keep track of who owes us what, and then we don't put out any hits on them if they don't pay. And
none of that
interest
stuff.
Calculations. A lot to be considered here. All right, so I have now claimed a level. This is going to be my level here. We do have a spawner up there. It looks like a zombie spawner, which is a huge plus. And we have another zombie spawner up here. So one of the things we'll have to do is kind of spawn-proof areas that we do not want mobs to spawn in. But just to give you guys an overall idea of what I am envisioning here, I really want the viewers' input. So if you all could please go to the comments, and you don't have to do it like immediately, but come back, put in the comments, what would you do for this level? I want to make some sort of, I guess you would call it an escape room. I want to have multiple levels. And when I say levels, not like vertical levels, but like multiple sections that you have to complete a task or complete a puzzle to move on to the next one. All going to be controlled with redstone. We're going to have redstone, a trigger for redstone entrance and a trigger for redstone exit. And then, of course, when you exit, it resets the entire level and it's ready to go. So I want to have things like walls up to prevent you from moving to the next section and stuff like that. But I want to have individual levels for each of the... oh, look at this geode. Yeah, so I want to have something like this where we can have individual like rooms that you have to complete puzzles and tasks and things like that for. We're going to integrate all kinds of things. It's going to be like, it's not going to be a maze specifically, but I want to do something along the lines of brain puzzles. I want people to be a little bit confused. I want them to have to figure out the riddle or the puzzle in order to complete the section. You know, I'm big on riddles. I love riddles. So I think this could be a lot of fun. If you all have input or any ideas, you know, hit me up in the comments, or I'm also going to create a section on my community Discord. Head over to my community Discord and we can sit there and we can actually chat about it one-on-one if you would like. Ideas that you all might have for this awesome game that's going to be seen by the entire server. Tons of people are going to see it, so I think it's super exciting. Thousands of people will be able to see your ideas if we do decide to implement them. So please head on over to the Discord and give me some ideas, or you can always just use the comments as well. All right, so this wouldn't be a proper episode without a good vault run. So like I said, we are now level 50. So we are going to be experiencing a new vault here, and not new in every way, but you know, tier 3 mobs and stuff like that. Ooh, we got a lucky vaulter. So let's get a quick crystal made up here. And one quick crystal completed. And let's check our catalysts real quick. We have some catalysts that we've made up that are just kind of sitting around. Yeah, over here. Any of these, I don't see any without a random negative. So I think we'll just take our chances and we're going to run just a good old-fashioned random vault. All right, let's jump in, level 50. All right, so bonus living, bonus gilded, and wild. Okay, this doesn't sound too fun. But we need all those things. We need resources. We need knowledge essence. And we need to find some cool stuff in these vaults. Now, this is wild, so there will be random mobs appearing on us, which oh, there's one right there. One behind us there. So these are still just tier 1 and 2 mobs now. We don't get any, additional... They don't, like, remove any mobs, which is kind of a bummer. I wish they'd just remove tier 1s and just give me tier 2 and 3. So we also have a scav vault here, and it's not looking too hot because we need 2 saddlebags. 2 saddlebags are going to be hard. That's an awkward place to be with a tier 2 creeper. Luckily, we have enough damage to handle ourselves. Oh, tier 3! Tier 3 vault fighter. Look, he's got an axe and everything. Okay. I don't like the tier 3s. Those look creepy. Oh, tier 3 husk. There we go. I like to see these ore POIs. I love ore POIs. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to focus on this right now, and I'll kill you later. And this is where pickaxe planning comes into play a little bit better. I shouldn't be vein mining with my good pickaxe here. I need to bring a separate pickaxe in for things like vein mining because it just uses a ton of durability really quickly, and I need to make sure I don't do that. All right, we got another tier 3 here. Ow, stop hitting me. And that tier 3 looks horrible. Look at that guy. Ooh, I'll say no to you. Goodness. Axe and everything? Where can I get a crown like that? You are not king around here. You shall die. Ooh, look at the axe that one has. Ah! Don't hit me with that. I'd like to choose no. Another tier 3 husk. You guys look horrible. Alright, finally some ornate chests. And sadly, I don't foresee myself getting 2 saddlebags from just these little ornate POIs. Okay, X marks room. Oh, spider elite. Now, spiders can jump, so that will be a disadvantage there. Yep, stay back. I'm good, and a tier 3. So we will take on the spider elite with this water. These things hurt a lot. Oh, don't jump at me. Don't jump at me like that. You know what? Nova. Okay, that really didn't do much. Now, he's going to die, and all the little spiders are going to pop out. Luckily, these ones can't jump, and the chaining really gets them. Okay. All right, mischief managed. All right, let's head down. And if this is bonus ornate, that will be the key, I think, to succeeding here. Grab some air. It's bonus. Oh no, it is the ornate one. Okay. All right. I guess we just go through and loot all these. Oh, well, sadly, I did not get a second saddlebag. I got a wizard one, but no saddlebag. Now I have a bunch of tier 3s up here ready to strike. They take quite a few more hits than the tier 2s do, which is kind of a bummer. But I guess we'll be all right. So unless I can find a random ornate POI that has a saddlebag in it, this is not looking real great. Ooh, look at the armor on that one. Wow. Okay, at least it was easy to kill. Ooh, our first tier 3 creeper. That looks horrible. Oh, okay. So tier 3 creepers are cool. Except they're not. Look deadly. Alright, about 7 minutes left. We've cleared the end of the vault here. We got 600. We're going to go a different way back. And if I can find any more ornates, I'll let you know. But it's not looking too good now. And we're really close. I need another zombie arm, one more skeleton bone shard, quite a bit more ripped pages. So I don't think this one's going to be possible. We're just going to kind of take our loss as we get it. But yeah, we're still going to grab some stuff on the way through here. All right, with 5 minutes left, we're going to head on out. We got that elite, so this hopefully will be a decent amount of XP. 8,124 XP. That looks really good. All right, so that is going to be it for me today, everyone. I appreciate you all tagging along. We're going to get more into this bank and that labyrinth level here very soon. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all on the next episode.